Hello, guys. Welcome back to your favorite agricultural and agribusiness YouTube channel, your number one oil palm YouTube channel. On today's episode, I want to clear the misconception, the lies, and the fact about Supergene oil palm. So, this has been going on for some time now. You must have heard about Malaysian Supergene Toronto like that. And I think 2 years ago, I made a video specifically on this topic about Tenera and Supergene, where I categorically state that there is nothing like Supergene as a new hybrid on its own. Now, so many people watched my video and it still baffles me why so many people don't really get the message. So I want to make a clarification and to shed more light on this topic. The issue of Supergene is that it's a brand name. It's just a brand name. It's not a new hybrid. And I made mention of it 2 years ago that if there's going to be a new hybrid, we will know from reputable institutions we have in Nigeria. We have the Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research. We have multinational like Presco, like Okumu. We have Palm Elite. Palm Elite is an international oil palm development industry. They are into research and development. So now, let me just break it down in simple man's term. Supergene or no supergene is just like Coke. We have so many companies that are producing Coke, for example. We have Coca-Cola producing their own Coke. We have Pepsi Cola producing their own Coke. We have Pop Cola producing their own Coke. And we have Biggie Cola producing their own Coke. It's just like tomorrow now, let another one come out tomorrow and call its own Super Cola. It doesn't mean it is an entirely different cola. All of them are using one major ingredient, which we call the active ingredient. And in this case, is the cola. The major ingredient in Coca-Cola is cola. The major ingredient in Pepsi Cola is cola. The major ingredient in Pop Cola is cola. Whereby the major ingredient in Biggie Cola is also cola. Let somebody now come on board tomorrow and name his own brand, Super Cola. It doesn't mean it's no more cola, it's another cola. It's still cola. Now, for us to understand it very well, Supergene is a brand name. The company that started using the name or the company that owns that brand name is called Itani. Itani is a Malaysian company. They produce seed. And they decided that, okay, this particular seed we are producing on our own, we will name it Supergene for whatsoever reason best known to them. There are so many other brand names and variants of Tenera that are not Supergene. We have the Calix 60 from Malaysia. We have EWS from Scofindo. NIFO is also producing EWS. So it's like a company that produce paracetamol, and you have that right to give your product a brand name. So Supergene is just a brand name. It's not it's not a new hybrid, because before you can produce an hybrid and you can lay a claim to it that this is a new hybrid is as a result of the crossing of two parent material. And as we have it today, as at today, what science made available to us is that oil palm are of two different variety, natural variety. We have the Dura and we have the Persifera. The Dura, the characteristics of it is that it's a kind of a female type. It's produced every year. But the shortfall behind Dura is that it has very, very thin mesocarp. It doesn't have the fleshy part that produce the oil too much. Whereas the shell is so big now, but it's produced every year. Now, whereas the piscifera on the other hand, the piscifera doesn't produce every year, but when it's produced only the mesocarp. It doesn't have kernel. So now what the scientists now do to produce an hybrid is to cross the two together, the two natural form of oil palm, the dura and the piscifera, which forms the fundamental basis for any crossing any company will be doing in this whole wide world, whether Scofindo, whether Itani, whether Palm Elite, whether NIFO. They are doing their crossing with Dura and Piscifera. Now, the only difference that will occur in their product is the type of Piscifera they are using, is the type of Dura they are using, I mean. As we all know it, we have Nigerians. But we have different type of Nigerians. We have Igbo, we have Hausa, we have Yorubas. Or let me just say, we have black man. Black man, we have some black man that are dwarf. We have some black one that are fat. We have some black man that are thin. So we have a dura. So if you are using a dura that have the characteristic of dwarfness, and you are using it for your home crossing, there is higher possibility that your product, the tenera you'll be producing, will exhibit some characteristic of dwarfness. So that brings some kind of differences, little differences in the type of tenera you have around. Not that we have different hybrid that are tenera. Every oil palm, improved oil palm are tenera. It all depends on the type of dura or the type of piscifera they are using and the type of technology available for them in their crossing that will brings about accuracy. Tenera is tenera everywhere. And if you approach Itani in Malaysia that is producing Supergene and you ask them their parents' material, they will tell you is what they will tell you is D multiplied by P, which is Dura multiplied by Piscifera. Simple. But because one Mr. John is looking for what he will chop, he's telling you come and buy Malaysian Supergene. Malaysian Supergene, come and buy it for 3,000 naira. He wants to defraud you because there is no how you will buy any seed from outside the country, particularly from Malaysia. Any seed you buy, an improved seed you buy from Malaysia, is nothing less than $1.8. Do the calculation. $1.8 is about 2,500, 3,000 naira already. That is for seed. Before you will raise it, your production cost will be going around 5,000 naira. Now tell me, how is it possible on earth for somebody who claims to buy seed from Malaysia and he uses it to raise seedling for you, now wants to sell the seedling for you 3,000 naira, and you too you are believing? So these are just the playing games of all these fraudsters playing around. Anybody that is telling you want to come and buy Malaysian variety less than 5,000 naira is just playing you, wants to take your money. So I think with today's video, I've been able to provide and shed more light on this issue. There is nothing like a new hybrid, and there's nothing like Supergene. Supergene is just a brand name. It's just a brand name that the company is using to sell its own tenera. So I remain my humble self, Lawa Olushola Lawa. I'm an agri consultant. I'm a farmer by training, by practice, and by education. And this channel is dedicated to promote sustainable and profitable agriculture. With this, I've come to the end of today's topic, and I think I've been able to shed more light on this. Thank you for your time, and see you on the next one. Sheshe.